know about you guys, but after today's episode of Mob Psycho, I don't think I'll ever be able to look at Mob the same again. Because look at this SOB's face, man! Look at his face! He's looking like the kid from early One Punch Man. Like, oh my lord. Mob is chatted out. It's a hell of a feeling when Mob turns out to be more of a Chad than you. It's kind of wild. Like, I'm like, Mob, don't do me like that, man. But as you've guessed, we're here today to talk about Mob Psycho Season 3, Episode 3. And this is a really fun episode, actually. We got to see a side of Mob we don't normally see, Confident Mob. And we actually probably got the beginning of our actual plot for this season. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it and talk about Mob Psycho 100, Season 3, Episode 3 today. So our episode today begins with a little bit of girl talk, you know? We gotta have some time for the ladies to shine, even in Mob Psycho, as we see Tsubame and her friends just chit-chatting away. But we got a crisis situation, guys. Yo, she got snot everywhere on her face. It is nasty. It is actually disgustingly nasty. And she desperately doesn't want her friends to notice this because it's going to be embarrassing as hell, obviously. She thinks the whole school is going to be laughing at her, which low-key, if this happened, they probably would. But our boy Mob comes in the clutch, gets rid of the other two, gives her a tissue, and saves her ass, man. Our boy Mob is really starting to be a Chad, and I'm down for it. I love it. Just look at Mob's face in this scene. He's so happy that he got to talk with her, man. He's so happy. As we transition to our next scene, we see Misato actually call out to him and say, on Sunday night, there's going to be a huge gathering for the Psycho Helmet religion. Will you come, Mob? And he's, of course, saying, nah, I'm not really interested. And she's like, yo, please, can you please do it? And as this is going on, he gets approached by Tomi, who tells him, Mob, you realize you promised to help me find telepathists on Sunday, right? He's like, oh, damn, I did kind of forget that. You're right. As they say, think it over, all right? I'll call you a little later. And it's here he gets approached by Emmy now, and she tells him, wow, Mob, I was just watching you. You're totally popular now. Mob's like, sorry? I don't know what you mean. She's like, look at you playing dumb. That's adorable. Mob's just like, me? Popular? Then he thinks for a second like, well, I did actually talk to a lot of girls today. And even though it wasn't for long, I got to talk to Tsubame alone, too. As Ritsu approaches him, and Mob says, Ritsu, I might be getting popular. And as they're walking home together, Mob's like, oh, I'm sure I just got the wrong idea, right? Yo, I'm so embarrassed right now. But as he's looking around, he notices the girls around him are looking towards him. He's like, wait a minute, I'm being watched? The girls passing by keep glancing at me. We know, of course, that they're talking about his brother, but Mob's on cloud 9 right now. Mob's like, wait a minute, could it be? Am I actually popular? And it's here, as his explosion meter goes all the way up to 100, we get the birth of Chad Mob. And look at this motherfucker, he looks so ridiculous. I love it. Ritsu's just behind him like, finally, congrats, Nishan, I'm so happy for you. And it's here we transition to the crux of our episode today, as we see all these religious groups and zealots worshipping the divine tree in all its broccoli glory. Now you see, when many desires and wishes gather in one place, a new divinity is born. The giant broccoli ended up becoming the symbol of some god. And because its believers' energy is so colossal, the divine tree continues to grow bigger and bigger because it's absorbing all these prayers and power. The catch is, though, this thing's literally just a huge broccoli and does not have power to actually lead people. As we see that Dimple is actually absorbing all the energy from the divine tree, as he says, if this world needs a god so badly, then I'll do the shepherding myself. I'll produce a founder for the religious organization missing theirs, the Psycho Helmet Religion. And it's here we transition to a phone call between Mob and Misato as she tells him that ever since the Divine Tree showed up in our city, a bunch of people have claimed to be the founder of the Psycho Helmet religion. And now they're going to hold an audition to decide on the founder. And at this rate, someone else is going to end up being the founder of the Psycho Helmet religion. There are over 500,000 followers. Wouldn't it be more interesting if the founder were a second-year middle school kid? And you happen to be a psychic already. I'm certain that'll make you super popular with the girls. As Mob has to chat up on him real quick. She says, anyway, what everyone needs isn't some phony. It's you, Mob. As Mob says, everyone needs me, huh? Maybe it won't be so bad to be the founder. As Dimple actually shows up right now. Mob explains to him his current predicament, and Dimple tells him, you got the wrong idea, man. Those stares you think you're getting from people are a misunderstanding. Seriously, no one even notices you more than you can imagine. Dimple says, I'm telling you because I care about you, even though I have a very funny way of showing it. You're not actually popular right now. And Mob gets a little mad here. He's like, so what did you even want anyway, Dimple? Dimple's like, oh, that's right. I came for the founding audition. It's time to make our move. This is our time to rise to the top. Let's go together, Mob. Mob tells him that, but this has nothing to do with you, Dimple. As Mob chads up and says, the one everyone is seeking is me, not you, Dimple. Dimple says, please, you think you have the power to control the masses? Mob says, I didn't say anything about being the founder. I don't think I could do that. Dimple's like, that's right. That's why we should do it together, Mob. It'll be the inception of a new god. Mob asks him, so is this god you, Dimple? What exactly do you want to do as god? You're like, yeah, I don't really know, but I'd probably end up with powers beyond my wildest imagination. That's enough. Mob tells him, I'm not really interested in power, though, so I'm not going to be able to help you out with this. Dimple says, they're going to keep all this divine energy to themselves, though. Mob tells him, so the reason you're stronger now is you stole some energy from the broccoli, huh? You see, Mob's perceptive, guys. He knows Dimple. He knows the kind of shit Dimple's trying to pull here. He ain't dumb. He says, that's fine and all, but you're also trying to take them over, too, aren't you? So what makes you any different from the other guys? As he says, Dimple, why don't you give up your schemes and rest already? And this shuts Dimple up very quickly, as he actually leaves the house without saying another word. It's here we transition to to Mob telling Reagan that, I think I'm finally popular now. He's like, oh, you think you're popular, huh? Well, that's good for you. I'll see you tomorrow. Not really caring. Mob's like, oh, that's right. Tomorrow I'm going to be attending a gathering of some religious groups. I got invited. Apparently, this group was formed because of my actions. So they want me to be their founder. I probably could if I wanted to, but I should probably meet everyone first. Reagan's like, good God, he's on a high horse. We have to stop this kid. As Reagan actually looks up the group online and tells Mob, I don't know, Mob. I don't think you should be doing this. This shit looks a little shady. As he notices, they have 580,000 believers? They've even got monetary donations. I smell a delicious business opportunity here. Reagan's a hustler, man. As he tells Mob that you need to go there. A true man should be the founder of a religious group at least once in his life. Oh, and make sure you tell your believers you have a master, too. As he tells him that this is your time in the spotlight. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of people watching you because they're live streaming this. He tells him, stick out your hand, Mob. Gives him some money and said, here's a bonus. Go buy yourself something nice to wear. Reagan can be a cool guy sometimes, too. I admit that. And it's here as he's out and about looking for clothes that he actually runs into Hanazawa as he tells him about his predicament. As he tells him, leave that to me, Mob. I know perfect places to take you. He tells Mob that I've been observing what's been going on in the city, and there's something gradually happening here, as we see a bunch of roots and vines just growing out of the ground everywhere, most likely from the tree. Mob cuts him off, though, and says, but wait, more importantly, lately I feel like there are a lot of girls staring at me, as he just sees these 3 girls off to the side, oohing and ahhing over something, which definitely ain't him. He says, I know I probably got it wrong, but it's been on my mind lately. Hanazawa's like, it's not a misunderstanding. You're just so cool that the girls can't help but look your way. Gassing him up. Mob's like, no, that can't be true. Or is it? He says, come on, Mob, I'm gonna help you get swagged the fuck out. As we transition to Mob going about his day that Sunday, as he says, damn, I'm seeing Tomi in the afternoon. Then I'm seeing Misato tonight. Yo, guys, I'm so busy. As we see the clothes that Hanazawa picked out for him, and he did him so dirty! What is this ugly shit he got him? He did him so dirty! Poor Mob, man! And it's here we transition to the audition for the leader of the Psycho Helmet Religion. And we see a lot of familiar faces, actually, as we're in the audition waiting for it to begin. But while this is going on, we transition to Mob, who just can't get in touch with either of them, Tomi or anyone else. And he's just sitting there all sad, man, and it makes me feel terrible. Like, damn, Mob got stuck up. They really stood up Mob like that, damn. But it's here we transition to Reagan, who's watching the live stream of the audition, and he thinks Mob's still there, and he's like, oh, there he is. Oh, he looks confident. He looks pretty confident out there. But as we zoom in closer, we realize that that's not Mob up there. That's someone else. As this mysterious person says, with the terrorist attack the other day, I have realized we need someone to protect this city. From now on, I will be the one who leads everyone to happiness. I plan to change this degenerate world along with the Psycho Helmet Religion. And as we get a close-up on him, he looks like he's all vines and plants. So this could actually be Dimple in this body controlling it. That's what I believe, at least. He says, I am also the creator of the divine tree. It is a symbol of the Psycho Helmet Religion and its carefree nature. The divine tree grows with everyone's desires and will bring the world happiness. Please think of that tree as me and continue praying to it. Now everyone objects to this, thinking that the divine tree is something else, as he says, I will now show you a miracle. As he actually makes a tree appear on the spot through the stage. And our episode ends with us getting a comparison between this new mysterious person and Mob, who this mysterious person is made after for sure, as our episode ends. And this was a good episode, actually. I like this. Chad Mob, man. I don't think I'll ever get that out of my head. I think every time I look at Mob, I'm always going to think of this JoJo-looking character. But yeah, this episode, I think, really did, really kickstart our story. I think we finally have our antagonist and story of this season, because we kind of just been carting through the season so far, but now we actually have our antagonist, we have a plot we're following, and it's just, I'm interested to see where we go from here. Mob Psycho is always so creative with its villains in the series that I'm very interested to see where we go from here. But you guys let me know what you thought of the episode down below. I think everyone's going to be talking about Chad Mob personally, but if you got a different opinion, let me know down below. But until next time, guys, I hope you have a great day, week, month, and year. And yo, if y'all can ever look half as good as Mob, you're sitting good. But until next time, guys, have a blessed day. I'll see you.